So these first few tricks in chapter 12 is about sweetening sound. And then the second part is going to be how you can add some real and creative sound effects. So I'll make those different audio clips available for you on my Google Drive. So if you open up chapter 12, you'll notice that there's several sequences here. Make sure you have the audio workspace open. And if you notice that if you open up the loudness sequence, which I already have open, and you play it, you're going to hear similar to the other chapter. And if you listen closely, her audio is inconsistent. You can even see that sometimes you see it here, it's lower, this is medium, this is high, and this is low. So you want to normalize that. And so there's a way you can normalize that, or you can kind of match all those audio clips together. So we're going to do that one in the Essential Sound panel. And as you can see, Essential Sound, you have to do different things to assign specific elements. And there's different elements according to what type of audio file this is. And so what we'll do is we'll select, so we kind of lasso all of these audio clips. And so again, this is somebody's voiceover. And so obviously this is going to be a dialogue. And so what we'll do is you'll open up the dialogue Essential Sound panel opens. And you notice that there's this very first is this loudness panel. And you hit Automatch. And what this does is it levels out all these audio clips and it matches them together. So if you notice, you can see down here that all those clips are going to be the same. And play it back. So those audio clips have been fixed. Okay? And then another part of audio editing is sometimes you may not notice it, but you might not hear it, first of all. But if you record something a little too close to an audio, like a monitor or something, or an air conditioner or something, there's going to be a hum in there. And so if you open up noise reduction, you'll notice that there's a hum in there. And so, it's good, again, the air conditioning was probably on, or she was close to something that you could hear the electrical interference. So in order to get rid of that, so this is assigned the dialogue and Essential Sound panel. So you don't want to do audio match this time. You click repair. Okay, so this was going to be deselected. So open up repair. And if you hit hum or dehum, you'll notice that it sounds a little hollow. And the more that you increase this, she sounds more and more hollow. And you want to adjust it just enough so her audio is still somewhat clear and somewhat full, but then that hum has disappeared. So just enough so it disappears. And mine's about 1.4. I think I had a 2.0. So then there's their clarity. And clarity, you can do a couple of things with voice tracks and voiceovers and add some cool effects. I don't know. So this is a clarity sequence. And so again, we've got these 4 panels in our Essential Sound panel that pertain to dialogue. So with this one, you want to open up clarity. All right. And so if we play her clip, We play her clip, we'll enable dynamics. And just listen to what happens when you play around with this natural and focused. So listen to so one sounds really, really focused. So that actually sounds kind of cool if you play around with that. But another thing you could do, so I'm going to deselect that. Another thing you can do is you can enable EQ, okay? And so if you play around with this, so this is vocal presence. See what happens when you have a subtle boost female. Just listen to what sounds like a background voice. Hold on. So you can enable some of these presets, and of course locked in the trunk. Old radio. So that old radio might be kind of helpful in your silent film. Outside of the room might be kind of cool. Oops, that's old radio. Out of the room. So maybe some of the ghosts might be saying outside of the room. Podcast voice. So that might be one. You can just listen to some of these. And you can also decide if you want to play around with, so you can also hit enhance speech. And I'm not crazy about this, to be honest. I'm not that crazy about that. I don't hear too much of a difference there. And so you can play around with some of those. I'm gonna play the second clip. I don't hear too much, but I actually hear more of a difference when they put male in. Oops. So just play around with those and there's that clarity and see what kind of differences that you can come up with. There is a reverb as well, but I'm going to play around with reverb in the special effects. So you can do that with voice as well, but I'm going to play around with reverb and special effects.